6 here at the Sioux Locks with another live stream of the Lee A. Tregurtha. We're gonna try to go up the stairs and see Lee A. Lee A. Tregurtha is actually 826 feet. I know all about this ship.
And about the World War II stuff?
Yes,
Yep,
she was a tanker in World War II that shot down 2 enemy aircraft as the USS Chihuahua. She was bought by Cleveland Cliffs and created into a lake freighter, and then she was named the Walter A. Sterling, and then was sold to the Ford plant, which named her William Clay Ford, and then she was bought by Interlake in the 80s and renamed to what you see now as the wife of Paul R. Tregurtha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We just came from Duluth, so there was a lot of fun ships there too. We didn't see one.
Oh.
We all moved in the middle of the night.
Oh, how disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can see the ribbons. No, it's on her port side.
No fog, no ships.
Yep, she's the second oldest freighter on the Great Lakes.
Ship that they're just
The
cannibalizing.
Alpina beats her by 3 months.
It's a beautiful
That one's still
ship.
steamer though.
Yes.
Big that one.
But they don't use it anymore. They use it for parts.
Any idea what's in this ship?
She usually transports iron ore.
Yeah, we see it down at home all the time. It goes to the Fort Rouge plant.
Mm-hmm.
Once took our own boat up the Rouge River just to see. Kind of tight.
I love seeing that white smoke coming out of the.
Yes, they put the scrubbers on it.
Yep.
Spent a couple $1 million doing that.
all these Rolls-Royce engines has their own unique sound.
You worked in the kitchen?
No, I mean in the army.
Oh.
I was so sick.
Kind of ironic when Ford had their own fleet, they had a different kind of diesel. You could hear them coming for miles.
I did hear something about that.
Well, my dad talked about it. I was too young to realize what was going on, but he said you could literally hear the Ford boats miles long.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 3 of the Ford boats still around, which this one was one of them, and then the K.E. Barker was the Benson Ford III. And then the Ojibwe used to be the Ernest R. Breach, but they just recently scrapped it.
I don't know if they finished, but they started. I've got video of the Ojibwe down here. We were down at the park, and the paramedics met them there, and they made an unscheduled stop to unload a crewman that appeared to be having a heart attack.
Oh, geez. I hope they made it.
Yeah, there was something posted on the Facebook page about it. Apparently, he climbed down on his own, but
Right.
you know, they had to stretch and all that stuff waiting for him.
Yeah. I wonder when the Mark W. Barker is going to come up this way. It's Interlake's brand new ship.
Maybe not all of it all at once.
There's just something about those boats,
There's a building like right
the
here.
accommodation block in the back, the unloading room on the front. They lack a certain
I wish I could have
symmetry.
seen the biggest one though. That would have been cool.
They just don't look right.
For what?
The Canadians have the Manitoulin that looks like that.
Yeah, there's the Manitoulin, and then Algoma's got the Algoma Innovator and Algoma Intrepid that look like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all about function.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 57. Speaking of French, it was not obvious for anyone to stay here. Oh, wait, can I 26? Then I could have.
They'll be shutting the locks down in the visitor center in 15 minutes.
Now, they're pretty diligent about throwing out, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting the people you run into here that come from all over. They're from Pennsylvania. Talking with a guy and his wife earlier, they were from Indiana.
Yeah, we're from Michigan.
Yeah, we're just from Detroit area. Come up here for a little getaway. You're from this area, or?
Algonac,
Oh,
Michigan.
well, that's where my boat spends its winter at Algonac Harbor. Don't get enough of this watching the St. Clair.
Depends. Sometimes I usually watch the marine traffic
Right.
site, and I'll track where they are.
Did you say this was the second oldest
Yes,
in the Great Lakes?
yes.
Interesting.
The Alpina beats it by 3 months.
Okay.
And that ship's still steam powered. They have not yet converted it to diesel. This one's diesel. And then that little black stack, like right at the back of the pilot house, that's for the bow thruster. And then they got a rear one too. It helps it maneuver into ports.
Sure.
The bow thruster on the Ojibwe was really creepy sounding because the exhaust pipe was so loud. It
Mm-hmm.
sounded like somebody bellowing up from the bowels of the ship.
Yeah, I remember hearing it once. I did not know what it was. You know, if you go up to Detour,
Yeah.
there's
Sherwin.
yeah, you knew exactly what I was talking about. One of these days, they'll put that ship back into service.
Well, they took the engine out of it.
Yes.
And somebody was speculating on, or somebody, that it sat up there in the harbor outside of Duluth Superior so long that the water is so loaded with tannin. They claim that it did damage to the steel plating. So I don't know if there's any truth to that.
It could be possible. I just know that Interlake took out the engine in 2008, and then
They
they.
were going to repower it.
But
Stopped and visited the Ryerson a couple days ago. It's looking mighty sad.
it is. But there's a lot of ships that are sitting in layup that they don't need.
Well,
But-
that one's not set up to convert to a self-unloader. They said the way the holes are squared,
Mm-hmm.
they could not do a self-unload conversion with it.
No, not unless they do a complete refit on it. But that costs money. A lot of the ships are either in layup or the older ships were cut into barges.
The front dial was in the same canal with the Ryerson. Apparently it's got some mechanical issue.
Yeah, the engine blew up. That's why the Philip R. Clark came out of layup. But who knows how long that's going to last?
It didn't look like there was a lot of activity going on around it.
No. I mean, the Callaway's still in layup too. The Case and J Callaway.
The guy that used to be the wheelsman on it, Keith, I can't think of his last name, had mentioned that it had some serious steel issues.
Yep.
Yeah, Arthur Anderson had that issue, and there was some speculation that it wouldn't get brought out, but it did. They fixed it. We used to go spend weekends up at what was Thomas Edison Inn years ago. The last year the Ryerson ran, it came down the river. The guy that was the captain was at here, Treese. He was having a field day with the steam whistle on it.
Mm-hmm.
He kept blowing it and blowing it. At the time, of course, had smartphones. I ended up calling my sister. I said, "You gotta look this up. I'm not sure what I'm seeing coming down the river, but it looks like the Ryerson." And it was.
The Ryerson definitely has a unique look to it.
Yeah, it's so sad seeing what it looks like now.
Yeah, but like you said, the holds can't be. Yeah. It's like Lower Lakes when they put the Mississauga to scrap. They were supposed to fix up the American Valor, but
It's still sitting.
Lower Lakes actually is leasing the smaller American steamship freighters. So that's the reason why. And then there's
What was the Compass or something? Oklahoma Compass. They bought the Cornelius.
Adam E. Cornelius, yeah.
And they got another one.
Yeah, they just scrap. They just put in the Manistee, and the Tecumseh just got announced that it's going into scrap.
After that fire.
Yeah, that one's getting scrapped, and I think the Roger Blau's next. That one's not fixable either. It's sad, really, because all those ships had a lot of life left in them, and fire got them.
St. Clair.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'd read that the St. Clair was kind of an off-size for them, I thought.
Yeah, I think she was 770 feet.
Yeah. It wasn't 1,000 feet, but it was still too big to get into some of the ports that they use those river-class boats for.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And sadly, that one caught fire, and then it was sent to Port Colborne, Ontario. I watch a YouTube page called Right in Niagara, and it shows that scrapyard. Yeah,
What's it called?
Right in Niagara.
Right or bright?
Right.
Okay.
And it shows, like the scrap ships down there. Like they,
Did Port Colborne, IMS Salvage, they have a Facebook page, and periodically they'll post up pictures of ships in process there.
yeah, the Algoma Enterprise, I think, is gone, like completely gone. And then they got the St. Clair, like basically it's hull that's left. And then the Manistee's there, and then the Ojibwe is there.
I think they were still working on the Carnahan cement boat.
Oh, the Paul H. Townsend?
Townsend.
Yeah, the back, only the rear end's left.
We followed that one down the river when they brought it down.
Yeah, Mississauga is actually at the Purvis dock here, but on the Canada side. I don't know where exactly it is, but it's here. But they haven't done nothing with it since they took it in 2021. They haven't done nothing with it. It's still a whole ship.
Supposedly, they're sending the ST Crapo
Yep.
down for scrapping too. That was always the first boat down to St. Clair in the spring. My grandparents lived on the Canadian side across from Stag Island.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, my grandfather was a World War I vet. He was a little crusty. He used to refer to it as the St. Crapo.
Right.
Well, it made an impression.
Yeah.
First one down. Of course, it didn't have to come through the lock, so it might show up late February, early March.
Glenn, and is that the to-do set down there? Or
Yeah,
am I seeing
I
stuff?
can see his damn lights.
Yeah, there's another ship. The CSL. That is the CSL Tadoussac. Any minute we'll hear the Lee A blow the horn.
See the gates still open. There it goes.
Yep, she'll blow it any minute.
There's a lock and key. Oh, you mean you were just here?
We just came from the,
Yeah.
and then there's no ship. They're typically
But are there locks there? Oh, there are.
not, they're, where
They're gonna be, they're fine.
gets filled with the fire. And right on canal side, shops and restaurants, the ships, people come to return to lunch. Yeah. So this is
There she goes. Now here goes Lee A. Tregurtha out of the locks. There's her bow thruster. Yeah, that's a separate engine for the bow and the stern thrust. That way, the main engine can help propel the ship. So it makes sure it doesn't rub against the lock as it's going out, in or out.
Should be fun. Surprising that's what
Yeah.
Does that mean the other one that's not been converted, it's running on steam, is that running on coal?
No, it's oil. Oil fire. Yeah. The Badger, now the car ferry goes back and forth between Michigan and Wisconsin. That's still fired by coal. When the EPA got after them, they had to have a retention system installed. So they used to dump the fly ash right into the lake. Which, when you think about it, 50, 75 years ago, there were 700 of these guys running around there. So this one's delayed.
See, I told you.
Well, sorry, but they're kicking us out, so the live stream has to end. Goodbye, Lee Tregurtha. We'll meet again. If you see very far away, that's the freighter CSL Tadoussac that is coming in next. All right, have a good one. Good night.